Frost is a fantastic and very popular mage spec, mostly among solo players, casual players like me. I played Frost, I like Frost, and today we're going to see if Frost feels any better than Fire in the Horrific Vision. Let's do this. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, Gyro here. Today we're running Frost alt, and we are doing it slightly differently than I normally create these videos for you. Normally, I focus on the run and I record the gameplay, and then later I comment on the video and record the camera and all of this kind of stuff additionally to the footage, on top of the footage if you like. Lately, I noticed that the quality is not very good of the video when one video is put on top of another. Somehow I cannot figure out the best settings so far. So I'm trying something new for you guys to make sure that the videos are more enjoyable and the quality of the video is better. Please let me know in the comments down below if you think that it worked compared to the previous videos that you watched. I really appreciate your support. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. So how am I going to do this today? I'm going to do it in real time. And by real time, I mean, of course, you're watching a video that's been already recorded, but I am recording the run at the same time as I'm going to be commenting on it. I will talk to you about how Frost feels as I go. And I will share also some of my experience with Frost from the past, as we normally do. Sounds good? Let's focus on the run and let's do this together. So let's take a look first of all at my character. If you watched my previous videos of the Fire spec run, where I did I think 2 chests, because look, Fire was dishing out damage, but not sufficient amount to just overpower and burn everything like you see in those videos of people clearing with 5 masks. But those people are in 4.65s, 4.70s. God bless them. Very proud of them. This is not to diminish their achievement. We are in a casual level range of 4.43. Not much, really not much. My cloak on this alt is only rank 6 at the moment, so the reduction of sanity loss is only 40%. That again is not much. And plus, I do not have any additional talents that are going to make my life much easier, such as Elite Extermination or the Gift of the Titans. I only have Emergency Cranial Defibrillation. That is really our cheat death. So I have that, and I'm going to rely on that if I see that I started well, and then I see that I continued pushing. So by push, I mean within this item level range and with these talents, I believe that the best case scenario that you'd be looking at today, my friends, is a 3 chest run. So 2 bonus objectives and the boss. But I make no promises. I have to see how Frost feels and I have to see how it goes. I think that also makes this recording a little bit more exciting for me and hopefully exciting for you. I'm not using any food buffs, which I probably should have used, to be honest with you, to make sure that I at least don't need to worry about self-sustain. But that's okay. Maybe it's a lesson learned for me. Let's just go with this for now and just see how we go. As always, I am going to first try and clear Dwarven District. Well, obviously Cathedral Square, the area around the cathedral, and then we're going to Cathedral District, to Dwarven District, and see how we go from there. Possibly unnecessary stop here. Possibly I could have pulled more, I believe. That's very possible. All right, next group. Not amazing at kiting on a mage. I kind of let them reach me, of course, and that's probably unnecessary. I probably should have done better than that. These guys can be kited, I think. For now, let's see. Oh, come on. Let's try and avoid. Are they teleported just as I did that? That's annoying. If you know how to play mage and you know how to play mage better than I do, obviously, please share your comments, guys. Please let me know what I'm doing wrong in your opinion, and if there are obvious, evident evident issues with this run that you can see, because I think one thing is producing content and another thing is making sure that people communicate and make it a bit better for themselves and for their audience. So far, at this item level, once again, I would not say that Frost Mage spec feels weaker than, let's say, Fire. I'd say it's comparable so far, but again, I've barely done anything, right? So let us go into the further parts of this run, and this is where I hate being slowed down and I hate being dazed. I think saying that I hate being dazed doesn't mean much because everyone hates being dazed. I do not know one single person in World of Warcraft, one single player who does not hate being dazed. Purification Protocol remains, in case you're new here, Purification Protocol remains my essence of choice. It is fairly easy to obtain and it is fairly easy to execute on a rather low cooldown, and it does quite a bit of heavy lifting of the AoE damage when that moment comes, when you do need this. As you can see, I also have a baby version of Twilight Devastation, the one that hits for 6% of your health. Oh, that was a wrong tab. Look at this. That is highly unproficient as a mage of me. And this is what I meant by probably needing to run food buffs, because I didn't run food buffs, the ones that heal you for 2% of your health, the Ghastly Goulash. It's something that heals you for 2% of your health every second while you are inside of a Horrific Vision. So for a mage that doesn't have a self-heal built into its damaging abilities, into something that happens anyway, I have to do this purposefully. I have to find the moment to stop and eat and whatever. And I'll be honest, so I changed the spec for this run, right? And at the moment it feels like I am revisiting a spec that I basically have not touched in a long time. So I feel like I could have been better prepared for this personally. So that is my apologies to you guys. But I thought that as a change, as a bit of a more of a live show, like as a bit of a more of a, not a stream again, but a bit more of a live show, this would work. This would work fine, I thought. Let's see how we go. Definitely need an orb right now. Definitely going to capitalize on this orb and hit this guy with everything we got. Unfortunately, Icy Veins is not up. Shimmer. Shield. I noticed that, and I don't know if that will come across in the recording, in the actual run itself when you watch this video. Hopefully not, but I'm also noticing that I'm pressing the wrong buttons. I'm pressing the wrong keybinds. That's how unfamiliar I am with the spec. I was even more familiar with the fire spec simply because I have been trying to use fire for quite some time now. Twilight Devastation is great, but you need to be closer for Twilight Devastation to count, and if you're not, then you're really not helping yourself at all. Let's take a look at this, how this goes. Get rid of this guy, and I think those two people need to leave my elemental alone, otherwise I'm gonna kill them. Alright, what do I think so far? So far I think that obviously this character is better geared, by my standards of course, is better geared than, let's say, my Shadow Priest that I briefly reviewed not long ago. Obviously it's probably not a very good comparison because of that, simply because of that, but I think that Mage feels stronger, definitely stronger than a Shadow Priest. Different class, I know, probably not a very good comparison, but take it for what it is. We are always comparing apples and oranges here on this channel, unfortunately for me, but I didn't see any other way of producing content where I'd like to share my opinion on different classes with you guys, but at the same time where I am always comparing purely apples to apples. It's very, very hard when you're using different classes, very, very hard. And I think that overall impressions, if I was a bit more proficient, if I felt a bit more proficient with the keybinds and with everything else, if I basically prepared for this run with some other content, I believe that I would have done better. Another thing that little shimmering liquid in the corner of my screen, that one that just reminded me of, is that normally as I run through Cathedral Square, I always remember to take a look at what is the bad liquid of this run, right? Well, this time around, because I'm talking to you, and that's my fault, not yours, because I decided to edit the video this way, hopefully at least the quality is better, let me know. I got distracted, evidently, and I completely forgot about that. Looking at how little sanity is left, and I know I still have cranial defibrillation to play with, I know I could probably push a bit more, but looking at how little sanity is left, and that I'm using the second orb now, I think this will serve as a little test run, but I don't think I'm gonna try and push for 3 chests. I don't think I'll have enough time to go smoothly enough and snappily enough into the old town and try and do something there and try and free hostages there and all that kind of stuff. I don't think I'll have time, personally, guys. But overall, still happy to share my opinions. Frost feels more natural to me, and I know it didn't come across as that because, like I said to you, I messed up keybinds. I haven't played Frost for a long time. I just actually switched just to run this test run and also at the in the real time with you, so I'm not really fully focused just on the run, right? But Frost does feel more natural to me. It does feel more familiar. It feels like something that I used to do before, and I've never been a fire mage. Before. I only started practicing fire once I started running Horrific Visions, so that's certainly not a very long pedigree, right, as a fire mage. But Frost I have been before. I've been playing Frost here and there, a little bit in Battlegrounds, a little bit in LFR, definitely in different expansions and stuff. So Frost feels a little more familiar. Frost feels naturally tougher because just through the slowdowns, just through the stuff that I know that I'm able to keep the mobs at bay a lot better than fire does. And is it dishing out significantly more damage? No, it doesn't. At least doesn't feel that way. But at the same time, is it weaker than fire? Is it significantly weaker than fire? Also, no. I don't think that it's weaker than fire. I think it is comparable, at the very least within this item level range. Let me know in your experience. If you have better geared characters, it doesn't mean that you're not welcome here, guys. Please don't misunderstand. It's just me doing all the due disclaimers so that people who are new to this channel do not get confused and wonder why am I even making such a big deal out of being able to do 2 chests, 3 chests, because that is hardly impressive for anyone these days. Well, it is within this item level range. Let's push as much as we can. See how we go. Generally, if you watched any of my other videos, other clears of Horrific Visions, I have to say that this so the earlier point that I made in the earlier videos is proven by this run as well, that any pet class, even though this is not a tanking pet, but it's still a pet that's able to remain active as an active dot almost, right, on Illyria while I'm hiding behind the pillars. Any pet class, in my opinion, performs much better in the hands of a casual, in the hands of anyone really, inside a Horrific Vision. That's what I think. So if you are choosing a class and you have multiple alts, but you are still a bit tentative even after like watching my channel, or maybe you just discovered my channel, I appreciate your support then if you would subscribe, please. Then go back to basics and either stick to what you know really, really well, something tough, something with self-sustain, something with self-heal, I'm talking enhancement shamans, I'm talking windwalker monks, I'm talking paladins, I'm talking death knights naturally, and I'm talking absolutely demon hunters. But above all else, in this particular case, I'm making a point that a pet class especially makes Illyria easier. Thrall, not so much. Thrall is a melee-friendly character, melee-friendly boss, but Illyria definitely is someone who could benefit from an active pet while you're running around and while you are going behind the pillars. Okay, so we're done here. 2 chest run ended up being, that's okay. I'm not super disappointed, not super impressed. It is what it is. Closing thoughts, guys. First of all, let me know in the comments down below if this slightly more rambly but real time and hopefully better quality of the video. Take a look around, let me know in the comments down below. Is it a better quality of the video from your perspective? That means a lot to me. I'm trying to produce better content for you. First question, does this format work better than other videos that you may have watched, where I first run and then comment? It's important to me. Second of all, closing thoughts on the Frost Mage. I still like Frost Mage as I always did. I'm still rusty with Frost Mage. I could have done much better on the keybinds. Biggest downfall of Frost Mage, in my opinion here, is that a lot of casts other than Icelands possibly, and other than Ice Nova, which is fantastic, does a lot of damage, but also roots people in place. And other than things like Frozen Orb that you just send and it flies, things like Frostbolt naturally have a cast time, and that's your staple ability that you need to continue casting right on a single target. I found this a little awkward. I found this a little harder. As a primarily melee playing player, or someone who plays a Warlock, for example, yes, Warlock also has cast time, but a Warlock has a lot of procs that are instant procs, yeah? Like Destro. Watch my full clear of Stormwind, I think, on Destro. That was fantastic. But that is also a little bit more buff character. So yeah, so these are my kind of scattered but still pointy real-time thoughts on a Frost Mage. I recommend that you try it. Let me know how you feel about Frost Mage. And if you have any thoughts about other specs, Fire and Arcane, they're also welcome on this channel. So please let me know in the comments down below. How are your Mage horrific visioning journeys going out there? Thanks very much for tuning in today. More videos coming to you every couple of days time, in a couple of days time. And I will talk to you then.